In the 80s, he was loving life, living large, and playing sold-out concerts around the world with many hits, including, of course, his smash single Jesse's Girl. Singer-songwriter, pop icon Rick Springfield had it all. Or did he? The new Candid Tell-All book, Late at Night, details Springfield's rise to fame, the dark trappings of stardom, his admitted fall, his lifelong battle with depression, the death of his father, and his quest for spiritual peace. This is a book that is chock full of amazing experience lived out, and we welcome singer, songwriter, actor, former pop star, current pop star, Rick Springfield. Welcome to the Twin Cities,
Thanks.
sir. Great to have you. Great to have you.
I'm glad you played a live version of Jesse's Girl. I'm so sick of that old video. It's great.
It's great to have you here, man. Tell us about the book. I mean, how long was this in the making?
It took about 6 months to write.
Mm-hmm.
It was an exciting thing, you know. I mean, I knew I had a story, and I've done a lot of things, and had a lot of human journeys through it. And it's about my life in the music business, but it's truly about a human being, you know. And the threads are all things I think everybody can associate with. And
you're a ridiculously talented songwriter, as we know, but writing a book, I would imagine, is an entirely different beast.
Yeah, well, honestly, the way most celeb bios are written, they talk into a tape recorder, and the writer goes away and writes the book, you know. And they were going to do that for me. I didn't think, well, you know, you're a musician, you're not going to be able to write prose. So I sent them the first 30,000 words, and they loved it. Yeah. And they said, you got a really strong voice, we want you to...
That's awesome.
To do this.
That's awesome. It definitely comes across. Like some books I don't read, but this one I definitely did. From your growings up in Australia to trying to make it as a star in this world in your career, you know, driving a Ford Fiesta around Glendale and trying to work it and get a break, and even touring in Vietnam, as we see a picture of there. Yeah. Just some phenomenal experiences you had growing up.
Well, the book opens up with me hanging myself at 17 in my parents' backyard shed, and fortunately for me the rope came untied. But I was fully committed to it. I was completely depressed. Puberty was not kind to me, as it isn't really kind to anybody, but especially hard on me. And from then on, you know, depression was kind of sitting on my shoulder.
And you call it the darkness throughout this book.
Yeah, Mr. D.
Yeah.
I made him a third person in the book because it sometimes feels like that, like this guy's sitting over there going, dude, you're such a jerk. You know, shut up. They don't want to hear this, you know. Yeah. And it's been my battle to deal with that. And I thought fame would heal me. I thought fame would you know, make that all go away. And that's why, and part of my drive, which as you can tell, I'm very driven in the book. You know, it's gotta get there. But you know, 2 years into fame, after it did make all the darkness go away, it all came back. You know, because it doesn't. It's like a drug. You know, you come down eventually. Yeah. And it was.
Did it help getting some of this on paper and out there?
I've already done a lot of therapy work. You know, and so I understood a lot of this. The reaction to it has been great, because I was, you know, the first author thing, and I was concerned about it. I didn't know how I'd come across in it. A lot of people have said, you know, I deal with depression, you know, and it was really great to read that you know, you've had success and gone on with your life, and you know, and the whole teen suicide thing now too is just you know, I want to say to him, give it a month, you know, give it a year. Right, give it some Things time. Will change.
It really is. You do really handle some heavy, weighty matter in this book.
But I do with a sense of humor a lot of the time. It's not, you know, as you know, it's not a dark journey to the depths.
Right, but as you say, Russian roulette with your life was played, and you really did have so much at such a great level. I mean, busting in with RCA, Jesse's Girl, which wasn't your immediate favorite single on the album.
Who knew?
Who knew? And there's an amazing photo in here of Jesse's Girl written out on one page of paper, like all over the place.
Yeah, that's when I write, it looks like Chinese, but I just happened to keep that, and it was fortunate. I always keep all the stuff I
And
write.
then that all blew up and coincided with your work as Dr. Noah Drake on General Hospital, which was preceded by your first acting role on $6 Million Man as a roller derby guy, right? And you convinced the director that you knew how to roller skate, and you had no clue.
No clue. I gave myself a black eye the first day of shooting because I had roller skate in one hand and I'm trying to walk up the slope of the roller derby thing and put my foot with the skate down and the director was so pissed. And they had to shoot me from the left side because my right eye was all swollen.
Right eye was black. There's some amazing anecdotes like that as you work your way up and then come back down and now are back up and just have such an amazing fan base. And I imagine you tap into that a lot when you go around the country.
Yeah, I do. We actually have an annual cruise that leaves in November. Rick Springfield and Friends cruise it. Kevin Cronin from REO Speedwagon is the musical guest, and I have soap actors and that. And it's an intent, and I'm there the whole 5 days. It's like a drinking party, guilt-free, playing a week. It's amazing. And I have heard a lot of the stories, and I do go way back with a lot of fans.
They are pretty devoted, aren't they?
Yeah, and they've gone through similar stuff, depression, and they, talk about my music being their comfort through the hard times at school. I had a terrible time at high school. I hated school, and school hated me. So it was.
But I know you have a wife, a wonderful wife, and 2 great boys, and I know
Certainly.
you're proud of that. And I love that you gave a shout out to Lethal Ron also. In case you don't know who Lethal Ron is, a working class dog. All his albums had the dog, right? He's on the back cover somewhere, isn't he?
My boy, yeah, he.
There he is. Ron's not still with us?
No, Ron's no longer with us.
Right.
He died in '91.
All right.
And then he was amazing. He just came to me, and he's very synonymous with my initial success, too.
We thank you so much for your time. This is a great book, Rick.
Thanks so much.
All right, great meeting you. Have fun here in Minnesota. Again, the book is called Late, Late at Night. It's in bookstores everywhere, and you can meet Rick Springfield today. He'll sign copies of the new book at 2 p.m. at Mall of America. Sears Court. Public is invited to that.